Welcome back to DaBoot Tragedies. The time is almost here. I know it's been a lot of Saints content on the channel as of late. We're in the thick of football season, but the New Orleans Pelicans play a game tomorrow. Finally, we'll be back on the court as a unit. The whole starting five is healthy. Don't know how much, anybody will play in the preseason, but I'm just glad to have Pelicans basketball back on the court. Kind of quick recap of the offseason. Dyson Daniels, first round pick, big guard. He's going to be a project. Hopefully get some playing time in this preseason and this upcoming season because his summer league was cut short. But I'm just kind of go through the starting five, or projected starting five. It should be. Point guard TJ McCollum, he just signed a 2-year extension with the Pelicans. So obviously we want to keep this core together. This entire starting five is at least under contract until 2024. The only one who's not under contract in 2025 will be Jonas Valentunis, but the other four are under contract at least until 2025. So that's a big thing for the Pelicans. They got the guys they want. They got the roster they want. Now they just have to get some rapport, get some chemistry, and keep things pushing. Next up, we're going to talk about B.I. Brandon Ingram, man, he's an all-NBA type player, coming off a really good year last year, had to carry the load for the most part. I'm expecting big things from him. Again, last year he averaged 22 points a game, 5.8 rebounds, 5.6 assists. I expect him to be around that same thing this year, 23 to 24 points a game, 5 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with that, man. He does have a chance to be an all-NBA player, all-star guy this year. Next, we'll talk about Herbert Jones, man. Herbert Jones bursting onto the scene as one of the best defenders in basketball as a rookie. He came into the league known as a non-shooter, but he did shoot 34% from the three-point line, which is absolutely fantastic for a guy that's going to have to be able to stretch the floor. You can't just be a defensive guy in this league. You have to be a 3-and-D guy. He's turned into that. And honestly, if you just think about the expectations he had, which was probably little to none, being a late second-round pick, being an older guy coming out the draft, he really just exceeded everything. Averaged 9.5 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steals, and almost a block a game. That's very good, man. 23 years old. He's going to be a part of this future. He's going to be a part of this core, and we're going to need him to still be great. Now we move on to Jonas Valentunis. Very good big for us. Had a solid season for us last year, man. 17.8 points, 11.4 rebounds, 2.5 assists a game, basically. Shot 54% from the field. But more importantly, he shot 36% from the three-point line. He's a career 36%, three-point shooter. That's good. We're going to need that from him, especially with Zion being back. Going to need those guys to space the floor. Herb Jones, Valentunis, B.I. and C.J. Obviously, they're efficient three-point shooters from out there. But, man, Jonas, he's very good. He's a very good big. He's solid. You know what you're going to get from him every night. It's not going to look amazing. It's not going to be pretty. But he's a good player, skillful player, man. Only 29 years old. I do think he's going to be very important for us this year, especially, a guy that plays the 5 that can stretch it out. So I'm excited to see him with all these new pieces around him. And last but not least, man, Zion Williamson. Hey, it's time. You got that big extension. You haven't really played. This year's the year. In my opinion, this is a make or break year for Zion, man. He's looking good so far. They had a scrimmage where Larry Nance came out and said he didn't miss a shot. He didn't miss a single shot in the scrimmage. They said he's fast. They said he's quick. They said he's dominating. He's a handful in the paint. Willie Green's already expressed, running some small ball with him at the 5. Whoever can grab the rebound can just push it on this team, man. From Herb, Zion, CJ, B.I. Doesn't matter. You grab the rebound, you go. We can play fast. We can play smart. This team is going to be very fun. But it's all. Just let's be honest. It's all going to come down to Zion. It's all going to come down to Zion. I've already seen arguments about who team it is. Is it B.I.'s team? Is it Zion's team? I don't care who team it is. We need both of those guys to be producing at a high level for the Pelicans to have a chance at anything. So y'all can have those battles that don't mean anything about whose team it is. I just want to win. I just want these guys to play well. We got all the tools. We got all the pieces, especially in this starting 5, to get that job done. And now we'll just touch on the bench. Some of these guys, some role players. Jose Alvarado also burst onto the scene, man. Great defender, great energy guy. He's going to get some crazy steals, as you all know. You've seen all the videos of him hiding out of bounds. He's a very, very good player. Then you have Devonte Graham. His name has been in a lot of trade rumors. He didn't have the greatest year for the Pelicans. He just doesn't fit with this team, if we're being honest, man. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think he's a good player. He's just kind of above average. He can do some things. He can catch and shoot. He has made some big shots for the Pelicans, but I just don't see, a spot for him in this rotation. Maybe I'm wrong, but with the Saints drafting the guard as well, I think the Devonte Graham days are over. But hey, we'll see if he plays. Hopefully he plays well. Then you have Trey Murphy, man. Trigger Trey. three-point shooter. Absolutely lights out from three. He's going to be another guy that's going to be a very, very key piece to this rotation, especially when we go small ball. Like if we take Val out and put Trey Murphy on the court as the kind of three-man with Zion, B.I., Herb Jones, that's going to be a very, very fun lineup. Also, you have Larry Nance, who just signed a 2-year extension, so he's under contract for another couple years. He's a very good player, man. Can play the 4, can play the 5, athletic, can defend, can run the court, everything you need from a bench guy. Then you also have Jackson Hayes, whose name has also been in every last trade rumor possible. Him and Devonte Graham name has been in trade rumors for I don't know how long, man. But losing Jackson Hayes, I'm not going to say he was a bust of a pick, but to draft a guy first round that high, man, and he's not really cracked the rotation like significantly. Haven't really done, too much for the Pelicans. First round number 8 pick in the draft, man. That's just, he's only averaging 8 and 4 for his career. He's a high energy guy, man. He's going to shoot a high percentages, catch some lobs, dunk the ball, but I was expecting more from him. Maybe he stays, maybe not. He got all the potential in the world. I just don't think the Pelicans have time for that potential, to come to fruition. So he's probably going to be done with the Pels. He's only, I think, 22 years old, so he's still a young player, man. So it's kind of like the Devonte Graham thing, man. If he stays on the team, I hope he plays well. I just don't think the Pels are going to keep him around this year. But look, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. Then we got guys like Willie Hernan-Gomez, man. He's a good bench player. When he starts, he actually plays well, too. He's not anything special, but he's another solid player. Then you got Dyson Daniels, the rookie who I touched on already. Hopefully he plays in this preseason, man. We really want to see him. Then you got Kyle Lewis Jr. He's coming back from that significant knee injury, man, but the guy's quick. The guy's fast. He can push the pace. He's still not clear for 5-on-5 activities. So we'll see how that turns out for him, man. But I'm excited to see him back on the court. Then you got guys like Nance Marshall, Garrett Temple to round out the roster. So I'm super, super excited to see what this team can do in the preseason. Hopefully, all these guys get to play. Like I said, I don't know who's going to play in this first preseason game, but I'm excited to watch them. But Pelicans basketball is definitely back, man. Like I said, I've been had a lot of Saints content. Now we're on to Pelicans content. Now we have a mixture of both. LSU's playing well. Big game against Tennessee coming up. So it's going to be a lot of content coming from these Louisiana sports teams coming soon, man. But the schedule for the Pelicans in the preseason, we got at Chicago. That's tomorrow, Tuesday. Then you got October 7th against Detroit. October 9th against San Antonio. October 12th against Miami. October 14th against the Atlanta Hawks, man. Then the regular season, that's right around the corner. That starts October 19th at Brooklyn. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a very, very fun game to start the season. Obviously, KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, those guys over there. So it's going to be a very exciting season for the Pelicans, man. I'm glad we're starting off against a good team. We'll test that thing out. Let me know what y'all excited about this team, man. I'm super, super excited to see Zion on the court. I do think this team can, have something special, can do something special. They got all the pieces, all the tools, good coaching staff, man. Just need to stay healthy, stay the course. I'm excited to see what this team can do. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. And as always, this is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.